Coach, Nathan said that he told the players that the biggest game's the next game. This one must feel a little bit bigger for you going against Winnipeg.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's the next game on the schedule for us. You know, Winnipeg's a good football team. We have to, execute, and we got to play smart. We got to focus. We got to do the things, that relate to winning. You know, for me, that's my past. I enjoyed my time there, and I'm excited to walk back into that building with the players that we have in our locker room.
What were some of the takeaways? What are the things you're looking forward to working on, improving on going into this game?
Well, I think just consistency overall. Some situational football things. Just making sure that we're mentally focused for 4 quarters. Every team goes through a little bit of spurts, but when you hit one of those spurts, you got to make sure you get yourself out of it and you don't let it snowball. I was proud of the effort. I thought we played physical. I thought we tackled well. I thought for the most part, we played clean football, but we got to clean up some details still.
Stanley Berryhill had a very good game, obviously, week one. What type of player is he, and what are we expecting from him this year?
Well, coming into camp, knowing that he had a little bit of playing time under his belt, but still a very young football player. Bright future. Practices hard. That's the first thing I see about him is he practices at game speed, and when you have receivers doing that all the time, for a quarterback, you love it, because you get a sense of timing, you get multiple looks from him, and I think just that's kind of where the ball went. But I love his speed. I love his tenacity and the way he attacks the ball and the tempo he plays with.
That Nathan got some reps in short yardage. Just given what happened last game, how important is it that you clean that part of the game up?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Yeah, I mean, we got to clean up, not just that, but other things as well. And it's never just one person, right? I mean, it's not just one person, but we're going to look at everything, even the things that we did well. We got to evaluate, right? And that's one of the things I told the guys is we're constantly evaluating everything. We're looking at every aspect to help improve our team, right? So we'll definitely look at that. We have looked at that, and we'll make some adjustments.
They've always been a good special teams group. How big a part of the game do you expect that to be this week?
Oh, it's in the CFL. It's a major piece every week. Well coached. Fly around. They play hard. They're a challenge for everybody every week. So we just like offense or defense. We got to make sure that we're dialed in and we're understanding what's going on and have a focused hungry group out there.
Despite the fact that it's a real short week, does it help a lot given that you know them really well?
I think I enjoy short weeks for myself. We get to play football sooner. I think when you look at the time I spent there and knowing those coaches, right? I mean, they're going to have a plan too, right? And they're going to have an understanding of what we like to do and all those type of things. So we'll be ready to adjust if we need to, and I'm sure they will as well.
I know that you want to keep the focus on the guys in your room, but given your history there, will it mean something more pre-game when you get a chance to shake Mike's hand and the other guys that you know so well in those familiar surroundings?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. I mean, guys in that locker room are lifelong friends to me. And that goes deeper than, the game of football. As coaches and as football players, it's, the competitive fire, that drives you, right? But our relationships with, the players there, staff, OSH, that's a bond that goes deeper.
When you have such a short week like this, you basically have one day on the field. So what do you do to get in the extra time? Is it more meetings, more video? What does a short week look like?
Yeah, it's going to be a physical football game. So we got to make sure our bodies are right and ready to go just coming out of training camp. Mentally, I told the guys it's, understand, our standards are still going to be our standards, but, mentally, it's going to test us this week. There's extra time for us to meet, making sure we're getting together. The players got to step up and lead and make sure we're all on the same page.